Hello and welcome to another update video. Today we wanted to cover uranium energy. Certainly a very interesting stock. Certainly in an uptrend here, and we want to talk about where we are on this chart. So first of all, we take a look at the entire chart history. We can see that we have a pretty clear 5-wave move into the 2010 highs. I would count that as a wave 1 of the beginning of a large uptrend, which is a good sign, because most recently we've covered quite a lot of questionable or bearish stocks, but I think uranium energy looks really interesting. It's just not, in my opinion, the best point to maybe buy in, from a reward to risk ratio point of view, because we're currently just sort of getting into resistance here. So it's sort of could argue maybe even a trend line here. Definitely resistance area up there. I mean, it's getting close to new all-time highs. Price discovery. I like to buy pullbacks personally. So it's not the best spot really for me. I do have some uranium energy in my own portfolio. Some people ask. Did recently take some profits because I bought in 2021 some point, or 2020. Can't remember exactly. So I took some profits just to take some risk out. But I think actually it's going to go higher. But I'm just putting it into looking for other opportunities which are really deep in a pullback at the moment. But I think I only sold like 40%. So the other bits, they can just hold them, because this could really become something really nice. So what we're watching for here is now a continuation higher in this third wave. Certainly had 5 waves up. We have 3 waves down into the 2020 lows. And yeah, I mean, this is now a bit questionable, but I think we can count this move up as a 5-wave move to the upside. It would have to be a leading diagonal in my opinion. So I would count this as a wave 1 to the upside. This here is a wave 2. Then we have, and I need to go to the smaller time frame, but I think I did put it here, the 3, the 4 and the 5. So let me change the wave degree here. And then this would basically be, we're going to take a look at that in more detail in a minute. This would basically be, again, the wave 1. Then this could potentially have been the wave 2. And there will be 3, 4, 5 in wave 3. Changing the wave degree. And that's sort of what I can tell you right now as a potential scenario. This is a bit questionable, okay? Not because of the 5 waves up, so we have a potential 5-wave move to the upside, but again, only as a leading diagonal. We have a situation here where we see that maybe on the 4-day chart, where, no, it's fine, we can count it that way as a leading diagonal. The thing is, what is a bit unclear is, did we already get 5 waves up or not? Because this wave 4 is quite short. So what we normally want to see when we're tracking the retracements of a third wave, basically the 4th wave target, then let's just double check that. Wave 4 resistance. Okay, no, it reached the perfect retracement area. So I would assume, yeah, this was wave 4, this was wave 5. Alternatively, this was wave 4, okay? And wave 5 is still in the making. So they are basically my 2 wave counts. Either wave 1 is already in here and we had 5 waves up and it peaked in April 22. This is the first scenario. I would go with that at the moment, but it is not entirely clear. So we've got 5 waves up, 3 waves down. This could have been wave 2. Wave 2 would have been extremely shallow. That's why we need an alternative. It didn't even reach the 38.2 retracement. Not too happy with that scenario, okay? But as long as we're holding that swing low, obviously it can push higher. And if it takes out the wave 1 high at $6.60, then it can really escalate in a third wave rally, okay? However, it is also possible that it was the wave 4 only, because it didn't even retrace much more, that this is now a 5th wave. This will be, maybe this might go into the, let's say, the $6 area. And then wave 2 will come down later, okay? Wave 4, and then we come down in wave 2 later. And then this could come back potentially, even if we measure the FIB levels for wave 2. I mean, depending on how high, let's assume it goes to around about $6, okay? then we can look at a pullback zone for wave 2. Yeah, I mean, this could come down then, depending on how high it goes, right? But we could even get back into the $2 region or so, maybe even lower. Yeah, $1 to $2 in a wave 2 pullback. So this is what is a little bit unclear. At the moment, the trend is, of course, up. I would just make sure that at least I would be prepared for this scenario. So my approach would be, okay, if we come down, yeah, into this region, then I would certainly look at adding. If we don't, then it's going to go straight away in a third wave. Yeah. But overall, this seems a stock that is in an uptrend. Obviously not a super strong or super established uptrend. Yeah, it's not like you've got multiple degrees here. We just literally had just one 1-2 set up. And this could be the next 1-2, which might be finished actually in the primary count. As I just said to you, in the primary count, I would count 5 waves up complete. There are just a few things that I don't really like about this. So for example, that this wave 2 was very, very shallow. Yeah, here, for example, when it reached the low point at around $2.30, very shallow, but absolutely okay. So I'm just watching that scenario, and it would need, at the moment, we only have 3 waves up here anyway, only 3 waves up. So what we need to be watching for, if this gives us a pullback at some point, yeah, in this particular scenario, then obviously we're watching for the first 1-2 setup in wave 3. So the next entry point where a tight stop loss could be set will be this wave 2. Now, we are not pulling back yet, but if this is a wave 1 of wave 3, it should also not be far off really. I mean, what are we looking for target-wise for this wave 1 of wave 3? Just that we get an idea where should that land actually. We're typically starting with 38.2 extension level. If this is really the wave 1 of wave 3 already, then the wave 1 has a first target at around $7. And if it then pulls back, we can formulate a support area for that pullback basically, okay? So this is what we're watching at the moment. Yeah, certainly interesting stock. I mean, certainly an uptrend, certainly quite aggressive. Next, for me, pullback entry point would be in this wave 2. If it breaks, okay, then it can come down quite deep in this larger degree wave 2, but both scenarios are bullish. I would personally, when I'm talking about a stock like that and we get a deep pullback, I would rather treat that as a gift, okay? Because I really like this one, how this looks. But again, there is a potential for deep pullbacks and drawdowns. It's still a very volatile stock. But again, I would rather treat that as a gift. Yeah, so I hope that is so far clear. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.